Lucent IS Summary of the Assam Tribune 20 August Thursday 2020. Lokpriya Gopinath Bordolay International Airport has been leased out to private player. Government approves leasing out of Jaipur, Guwahati, Trivandrum airports on PPP mode to Adani Group. Public-private partnership means an arrangement between a government or government-owned entity on one side and a private sector entity on the other. It involves collaboration between a government agency and a private sector company that can be used to finance, build, and operate projects such as public transportation, networks, parks, and convention centers. 2021 Census. A population census is a process of collecting, compiling, analyzing, and disseminating demographic, social, cultural, and economic data relating to all persons in the country at a particular time in 10 years interval. The first census was conducted in India in 1872, although non-synchronously in different parts, during the reign of Governor General Lord Mayo. The first complete synchronous census was conducted in 1881. Census 2021 is the 16th such exercise since inception and 8th since independence. The Census 2021 will be conducted in 18 languages out of the 22 scheduled languages under 8th schedule and English, while Census 2011 was in 16 of the 22 scheduled languages declared at the time. Enforcement Directorate. It is economic, intelligence, and law enforcement agency responsible for enforcing economic laws and fighting economic crime in India. It functions under Department of Revenue, Union Ministry of Finance. Its prime objective is enforcement of two key acts of Government of India, namely Foreign Actions Management Act 1999 or FEMA and Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2022 or PMLA. Its main aim is to check money laundering by curbing black money and hawala trade cases. It was established in 1956 as enforcement unit in Department of Economic Affairs and is headquartered in New Delhi. National Recruitment Agency, the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister, has decided to set up a National Recruitment Agency or in NRA. The proposed NRA will conduct a common preliminary examination for various recruitments in the central government. The NRA will conduct a common eligibility test CET, and based on CET score, a candidate can apply for a vacancy with the respective agency. Initially, it will organize a CET or common eligibility test to screen or shortlist candidates for the Group B and Group C non-technical posts, which are now being conducted by the Staff Selection Commission or in short SSC, Railways Recruitment Board RRB, and Institute of Banking Personnel Selection IBPS. Later on, more exams may be brought under it. Plasma therapy. The convalescent plasma therapy aims at using antibodies from the blood of a recovered COVID-19 patient to treat those critically affected by the virus. Plasma is the matrix on which the blood cells float. It also houses crucial components of immunity known as antibodies. Antibodies are the immediate warriors who fight an invading pathogen and antigen to defeat it. The therapy's concept is simple and is based on the premise that the blood of a patient who has recovered from COVID-19 contains antibodies with a specific ability of fighting novel coronavirus. The theory is that the recovered patient's antibodies, once ingested into somebody under treatment, will begin targeting and fighting the novel coronavirus in the second patient. Working capital loan for discoms. The center has announced a package of rupees 90,000 crore to discoms under UDAY scheme. This package is being seen as a boon for the electricity generation companies or GENCOs of the power sector. UDAY, Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana scheme aimed at financial turnaround, operation improvement, reduction in cost of generation, development of renewable energy, energy efficiency and conservation. Under the scheme, state governments took over 75% of the debt of discoms and issued low interest bonds, and in return discoms were given a deadline 2017 to 19 to meet efficiency parameters by 2019. GST compensation. The GST or Goods and Service Tax becomes applicable from 1st July 2017 after the enactment of the 101st Constitutional Amendment Act 2016, and with it, a large number of central and state indirect taxes merged into a single tax. As per the GST Act, states are guaranteed compensation for any revenue shortfall below 14% growth for the first 5 years till the year ends in 2022. The compensation will be paid out of compensation cess every 2 months by the center to the states. The compensation cess are collected on the supply of select goods like luxury goods and sin goods and services or both till 1st July 2022. Central Board of Direct Taxes, the CBDT, is the authority vested with the responsibility of the administration of laws related to direct taxes through the Department of Income Tax. It is a statutory body established as per the Central Board of Revenue Act 1963. It is administered by the Department of Revenue and the Ministry of Finance. Shankardev was a Vaishnavite social and religious reformer during 15th to 16th century. He inspired Bhakti movement in Assam, and his ideas was based on Bhagavad Puran. Shankardev is widely credited for developing new forms of music called Borgit, theatrical performance, Ankyanat, Bhavna, dance form called Satriya, and literary language named Bajravali. National Disaster Response Force. The Disaster Management Act has made the statutory provisions for constitution of National Disaster Response Force for the purpose of specialized response to natural and man-made disasters. The Disaster Management Act was enacted on 26 December 2005 after two natural calamities in quick succession in the form of Orissa supercyclone 1999 and Gujarat earthquake in 2001. Its chairman is the Prime Minister of India. The National Disaster Response Force is constituted for the purpose of special response to a threatening disaster situation under the Disaster Management Act 2005.